Hello and welcome back to SAP Plant Maintenance. This is Farooq from QBRP. So in this session we are going to look at calibrating plan. So what is calibrating plan? So suppose you have a weigh scale, or a temperature or a pressure gauge which is being used continuously, but then over a period of time you need to go back and check or measure against your standard to see that the reading given by these instruments is correct, because over time they will tend to go plus or minus so that the readings become incorrect. So you might have a plan like every 6 months or a yearly. These will be recalibrated. Maybe an external party will come and do a recalibration, or you will have somebody internally in your QM module or in a QM function who can do this work and then give a certification, so that you know that all of your processes where the temperature or the pressure has to be measured are all working correctly. So what we need is instrument, so like a weigh scale. So I have a weigh scale. I have already created a weigh scale. So once we have got weigh scale, then we need to create something called master inspection characteristic. This is basically done in QM. So let's do this one. The transaction for this one is QS21. So let's go to QS21 and we'll create a characteristic. So let's create. So we are using for a weigh scale, so we'll say like I already have weigh 1, so I will just say weigh 2, press enter. So let's give some sort of a text, short text, in a search field. Weight characteristic for weigh scale. In the search field I will just say weight scale. So because this is quantitative, so quantitative means measurable, so we will just say quantitative. We will change the status to release, and then we will say copy the complete model. Once we have done all of this one, this is not a qualitative. Qualitative is something which is not numerical. It can be like color, it can be a smell. So this is quantitative, which is measurable. So once we put all the fields, updated all the fields as required, we'll press enter. So now what we want to do is we want to say, okay, what sort of characteristic control indicators do we need? So we say, okay, we need lower limit, the target limit, and upper limit. So target limit is in between of lower and upper, and lower limit is like what is acceptable for us in the lower limit, and upper limit what is acceptable for us in the upper limit. So suppose we have a weigh scale which has got a value of, we need a value of 100. So if it gives us 101 and it gives us 99, then we can say that we can accept the reading of our weigh scale. Press enter. On the screen we don't need to do anything, just press enter again. So let me just press enter again. Okay, so the target value, I will say target value I need 10, lower I will accept 9, upper I will accept 11. So these are the values which we are going to accept. Press enter. So the scale will be considered to be in working condition even if the reading has a variance of plus minus 1. This is acceptable. So let's save this one. So once we save this one, it's going to say characteristic 1000 weight 2 has been created. Okay, so the master characteristic inspection characteristic has been created. So the next step is we need to create a task list. And in the task list we will give inspection points. So the transaction to create a task list is IA01, weight scale. Let me just add a task list because it already has some previous ones. Weight scale, let's give the usage to be 4, plant maintenance, status to be 4, released. And here we're going to maintain this one, inspection. Press enter. Go to operations. In the operation we'll give so we need to give some sort of description. Let's say to carry out calibration. To carry out calibration of the scale. And assign the inspection characteristics to this operation. To assign the inspection characteristic, select the line, click on inspection characteristic, and here we need to assign the inspection characteristic that was just created. Let's try to find it. So this is the one that we created today, weight characteristic for weight scale. Press enter. So we have given the master inspection characteristic that we have just created, sampling procedure. So we need to give a sampling procedure here. Press enter again here. So it will ask us for a sampling procedure. So we'll take a option whatever is there, fix purchase order. So that's it. And let's save it. So the equipment task list has been saved now with the sampling procedure. So the next step is in the calibrating plan is we need to plan the equipment task list. So let's go to the transaction IP41 to do the planning. So we're going to say like maybe this is done every 6 months. So the QM calibration plan, let's take the QM. Press enter. Calibration of the weight scale, let's do it every 60 days. 60 days. This is my 60-day plan. Equipment is the weight scale. Press enter. So order type is PM06, calibration order. So let's take a drop down and see the order types available. Calibration order. We take calibration order.